Hello, everyone. Today I'm joined by Mayumi Kojima, and our topic of discussion is, wait for it, midlife transition, of course. And we're going to be including some illuminating insights around menopause and living a life with meaning, no matter what our age. My name is Deb, and welcome to Women Reinventing Midlife TV, where we aim to inspire you, the woman over 50, to thrive in a meaningful life that you deeply desire and deserve. Mayumi Kojima is a trained naturopath, and she's a naturopath with a difference, and I'll explain why in a minute. She has a passion for guiding women through life's natural transitions, especially the journey of perimenopause and menopause. She believes these stages can be a time of empowerment, self-discovery, and vibrant health when approached with care and understanding. And her approach is deeply rooted in holistic traditions. She blends naturopathy, Eastern medicine, NLP, Reiki, and mindfulness. And because of her Japanese heritage, also the philosophy of Ikigai guides her work to support her clients in healing through alignment with what gives their lives meaning, guiding them to reconnect with their inner balance and joy. So I'm really excited to share this discussion with you. And welcome, Mayumi.
Thank you so much for having me, Dev. I'm so grateful to be here. Thank you.
I'm so glad that you joined us. I'm really, really glad that you've joined us. And I know you're going to share some, well, I know we've had coffee a couple of times and you've shared some fantastic insights with me. So I'm really looking forward to what you can share with our audience.
Yes, I had a great catch up with you too with the
Yeah.
coffee. Can't
Yeah.
come with coffee.
Yeah. I'd love it if you start by sharing a little bit about your transitional story, because as women, we're always interested to hear what's happened with other women through their own transitional journey.
Yes, sure. Yeah, thank you for the question. So thank you, Dev, and thanks everyone for having me here in this space. And I think this is a very important key transition of life. And so I'm actually 49 years old, and next year I'll be 50 midlife. So I'll be in the perfect point to talk about those things. And so my transition, it's a bit of journey. So I think I believe I haven't a medical diagnosis or did a further testing, but I I have a feeling I've been in perimenopause for quite some time, um, especially when I'm going through the divorce, separation with my ex-husband. I was very emotionally challenged,
Mm.
and I noticed that at the time is a very significant physical challenge as well. And after that, I became a naturopath and understanding, holistically the physical, mental, emotional being. Then now reflecting back on that time, when we actually in a really high stress, is all those unwanted symptom comes in, and I thought, what the? And I
Yeah.
thought, probably I've been in a perimenopause for quite some time. Now, I think I am in probably almost end of perimenopause, and I start feeling just to being realistic, the physical challenge, for example, a bit of stiffness. And when I woke up, like, oh, my ankle is a bit stiff. And I practice Japanese martial arts 3 times a week. And, minor injury will occur. And then I knew this. And I see this part of discipline. It doesn't stop me keep practicing because it's great for everything, body, mind, soul. But, just observing my recovery time is a little bit slower than it used to be. So I think, oh, that's the transition. So for me is I don't know, maybe being the naturopath or quite observant as a natural character, it's interesting to see how that actually physical elements is changed, but
Yeah.
also mental also has been changed as well. There are sometimes, there's a little bit of kind of overwhelms coming in time, face to face, and oh, what's this?
Mhm.
And I probably presume it could be part of the transition. But as you are the wonderful yoga teacher and you know the importance of the mindfulness,
Yeah.
so I practice that even just 5 minutes a day, and that's actually helps me a lot. Um, yeah, I think it's from this transition key intake for my personally.
Mm.
Okay, I see some of the unwanted symptoms or, the thing that, I didn't feel before. But the point is to embrace the shift
Yeah.
because if we actually not putting into the sort of mindset of, okay, what can we do this? Because we this have a challenge in front of us. What's the point of living?
Mm.
Hmm.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, because it's the challenges and the transitions that bring us growth, isn't it? And
Yeah.
yeah, if we're not growing, we're really not living at all. We're just surviving.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
And another thing of sort of looking at my challenge, and then, maybe for some people, I gone through some of the clients going through the menopausal phase, and some of them are quite significant. And, I feel for them, I can resonate with them as well. But all this, the perimenopause and menopause is an up and down.
mm,
So it's really hard to stabilize ourselves. But because of that, we need a more clarification why this is happening. Why is this happening? So I think in a sort of looking at the different perspective, because of the up and down,
mm.
unstable states, therefore we can really tune into clarification.
Yeah.
It's a great opportunity for us to do that.
That's another example of mindfulness, isn't it? It's like really noticing and becoming the observer of your pattern of energy and the pattern of, symptoms related to menopause. Like, if you have trouble sleeping one night, well, what have I eaten today? Or what have I drunk today? Or how has my day been? Stress levels, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah,
Mm,
absolutely,
mm,
100%. You're now
mm.
on the spots. Yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, definitely.
I love what you shared before. You mentioned that you've been in perimenopause, and most women are like this, aren't they? They're in perimenopause for a while before they
Yep.
actually realize they are. And I love what you shared that you noticed that you had symptoms when your stress levels increased.
Hmm.
Yeah. Can you explain a little bit about that? Why is that so? Like why is it when our stress levels increase that we get things like, night sweats and hot flushes and sleeplessness? What causes it?
Yes. Yeah, thank you for asking. So, for example, one of the stress hormone is the cortisol.
Mm,
So especially the perimenopause is because start changing in a main female hormone, which is estrogens and progesterone. And particularly progesterone is going to decline. And then some of the women in perimenopause are going up and down. It's too high with the estrogen. So the difference in a gap can be huge. And when then women's are stressed, like I was, and I do sometimes too now. But actually, cortisol is not helping to retain a good level of progesterone.
mm,
Hence, more symptom. So the perimenopause can be a really hard, I think it might be a little bit harder than menopause because of the roller coaster. And they're just people not sure what's going on with me. I have no idea what it is. And that lead to sleeplessness, for example, if the stress is high, the hormones not regulated in an optimal way, it will affect a different area, even the cardiovascular health and metabolic probably health will be a big one because when we reach to the menopause, increase the cardiovascular risk. So looking after the nice sort of optimal shift of the cortisol level is a good idea for us. I hope I answered the question.
You explain that really well. Yeah, thank you for
Thank you.
explaining that. Because I've noted I have a lot of friends and clients who believe in the holistic way of managing menopause, but I've also had, women say to me, "What do I do? I think I'm in menopause." I remember when I lived in an apartment and beautiful women that lived next door. They were really nice people. But one of the ladies turned 50 and she came out and had a chat to me and she said, "Deb, what do I do? I think I'm in menopause. Do I go and see the doctor and get a pill?" And of course, this is where a lot of women lean to is straight to the HRT. And this isn't saying
Mm,
anything bad about HRT because it's suitable for some women. But if that's all that we're doing, what you just described a minute ago, that cortisol has this effect on our metabolic health and the frequency of which we'll experience symptoms or not, it doesn't address that. It actually doesn't address that. So it's that the pills don't address that. So we need to, even if we're on HRT, I mean, this particular lady, I used to see her coming out with her garbage in the morning, and there'd be lots of empty soft drink bottles and that kind of thing, all the things that are actually going to trigger those symptoms. So it can't just be one thing. And that's why I love how you work holistically.
yeah, thank you.
Mm,
Yeah, and
mm.
you made a great point and spot on. Even the HRT is a big topic, isn't it?
Big, yeah, big
Big, and we
topic.
probably won't be able to talk about this in a limited time, but it's a very interesting area. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, it is because there are many different forms of that as well. And I think there's more information available now than when I went through menopause, which was my period stopped 10 years ago now. So there's more information around for this now than there was back then because I was completely in the dark. I hadn't a clue what was happening to me. But there are still many women that feel like that, aren't there? They haven't a clue what's happening to them.
Yeah, and I think I read somewhere, and it makes me really angry. It was, Jane Hardwicke Collins.
Yes.
Yes, that was one of the her ebook and the newsletter. I just can't remember the name of the doctor, but he was the actually the pioneer of the inventing HRT,
Mm.
and he described as something like this. So if menopause is the stage that women no longer women, something like that. And I
Yeah,
thought,
wow.
that's rubbish. And I was so
Yeah,
cranky all half day after read
yeah,
that newsletter from
yeah,
Jan.
yeah,
This is rubbish.
yeah, yeah. I know
And
it. Yeah.
that's who invented he was a gynecologist. And I mean, I don't want to be stereotyping, but first of all, is he. So he doesn't understand how exactly we feel as a woman is subtle things. And somebody state like menopause, we are no longer women. Wrong.
Honestly, that is really based on that old patriarchal way of thinking that when a woman's uterus is no longer fertile, when a uterus can no longer produce, then she's not valuable anymore. And it's a narrative that has been going on for hundreds of years. And there are still women that take that story on board, and it's so upsetting. It's so upsetting, and it carries on in many different forms. I have a lovely friend in the UK, Rachel Lancaster, and she's one of the activists for menopause over there. And
Good on her.
yeah,
Yeah.
she talks about this narrative that we are somehow deficient when we reach menopause, and it's just complete BS.
Yes, that's right.
Mm,
Yes.
mm,
Yeah, I agree. I
mm.
agree. So the work that you do is amazing there.
Yeah,
And
thank you. And you too. Mm,
yeah, thank you so much. And it's important that we connect and we acknowledge, and it's really a key transition of life.
it is. And
Yeah.
that's what I love about your Ikigai workshops, because you create that space where women can connect and share stories, because this is what we're meant to be doing now. Is we are meant to be sharing stories, and sharing our collective wisdom, because we can help each other through the transition when we have a space where we can connect and share through stories.
Yeah, I think the
Mm,
sharing stories are powerful because
mm,
create the connectiveness between us,
yeah,
and it's another also example that menopause phase that people often feel lonely.
yeah, they do. Yeah,
Oh, why am I feeling this? Why the others look so fine and I'm not? And I mean, we don't know what's behind it. Those look fine people, we just don't know. But that's how we perceive when we are not really in a good state, and it can be lonely.
yeah, it can be lonely, and you're really you're correct. Yeah, that's you just you can't, because most people wear a public mask, and you can't actually see behind that of what's really going on until you really get to know the person, and you share with them. Like you just said before, sometimes you still have difficulty with overwhelm and stress,
Yeah.
and so do I, right? So do I. But if you see me on YouTube, you wouldn't think that.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
You look so confident. Amazing. Mm.
And you too. So, you know what I mean? It's kind of like uh, on face value, you cannot see that. So it is so important that we have these spaces and these circles where we can connect and have this kind of discussion. I know the workshop of yours that I attended, the conversations that happened and the clarity that came from those conversations is incredible.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we
Mm,
really enjoyed it with the, co-facilitators and Tomoko and Ryoko. We enjoy as much as we you did.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. It was a very collaborative and a connecting
yeah,
event.
yeah, it
I
was.
really enjoyed. So thank you for coming.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it too. So if there's a woman going watching this who thinks she's in menopause, what would you what are some of the tips you can give her, some insights that can help her manage her menopause in a really healthy and balanced and holistic way? You know, some people don't even know what holistic means. So,
Yeah, very good question.
mm,
So I think it probably clarify the what's actually bothering symptom, the symptom wise. Is it a night sweats or is it bothering the weight shift? Is common for that, and maybe fatigue, for example, brain fog. And I think it's really important to clarify the what's actually bothering the most. Because as a naturopath, and that's probably the common question I ask, it doesn't have to be always the female menopause, no, ladies, but anyone, the what's actually you wanted to improve. So what's the top three? So I think when we actually clarified from it, because especially those, hormonal change transition, and including myself, include ourselves very easily. Oh, I feel this, I feel this, oh, I feel that, I can't do this. And then just, oh my gosh, it's too much.
yeah,
Even just symptom.
yeah,
I think it's important to what do I want to improve first? Is it weight or is it sweats or not, stress or sleep? And then we work on that first. Because when we tick the box on the what most wanted to improve, and then they increase the confidence. Ah, I can do this. What else I can do?
yeah.
That's the most mindset and the behavior is also shift towards their life, and that's also become more positive and confident. And I sort of it's common for a lot of clients when they get to the stage, okay, what else can I do, man?
Mm,
That's sort of the question, but until get to the point can take a time. Some
yes.
give up, unfortunately. a bit of I used to get a lot of disappointment, but now it's got step back and I respect how they proceed because maybe not the right time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's how I see as a naturopath. It's clarification of what's bothering them first.
What's bothering them first? And so
Yes.
what kind of things do you help them work on, like to address those particular issues? What kind of things?
Yeah, so there's a naturopath. We do extensive consultation. I usually go for about 90 minutes. Prior to that, they send me a form, so the personal details, and plus the diet.
Mm.
And then the job, what they do, how many kids they have, how old are they married or they single mom or those kind of background already give me some insight.
Yeah.
And then, okay, she works Monday to Friday at me. Okay, she's got 3 kids, single mom. Oh my gosh, she's very stressed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then look at the diet. Oh, coffee 3 times a day. I'm not sure that's a good thing, but and then ice cream and chocolate after dinner. What dinner? Oh, dinner. She's not eating much on the dinner. Therefore, ice cream and chocolate nighttime. Alcohol every night. Beer. Ah, I see. That probably not helping energy and probably not sleeping.
Yeah.
So I had a bit of sort of a prep before they come. I tried not to do mind reading, but based on the data, the picture of the information, there, okay, that potentially comes in on the table.
Yeah.
Sometimes surprise me. Oh, okay, I didn't expect that. So I need
Yeah.
to be flexible myself. And then, so I have enough information before they come in. And two, some people are just so complex, and that's the interesting part of the individuals
Mm.
because we know just one thing. We are such a different things as
Mm.
individuals.
Mm.
Um, some people have to go slowly. It's like if that's the case, minimal supplementation. Try this for diets for especially breakfast,
Yeah.
for example. If it's more complex people, I actually suggest to do pathology test. So just give a little bit more data collection. And recently, I started more implementing hair tissue mineral analysis.
Ah.
It's the mineral balance, and it can apply to perimenopause and menopause. Because in this stage, more for in the Tibetan medicine, we are kind of fire stage.
Mm.
We just pump and go all the time. So it's not just all cortisol, but also liver and digestion are also stressed. So, okay, they need a bit of detox, for example. Are they exposed to chemicals? And the hair mineral tissue mineral analysis test actually shows a good indication of that.
Yeah, right. Isn't that interesting? So it really is. So what I'm hearing is it's food and nutrition, um, daily habits and behaviors, responsibilities, how stressed they are. Um, and how does Ikigai come into it? How do you work with that?
Yeah, thank you for asking because
Mm,
I love that topic.
mm,
I'm not necessarily talk about Ikigai for 2, 3 minutes or 5 minutes from each client, but I'm always in the back of Ikigai is always the back of my mind, and so my question can be, what do you enjoy doing your on your day off, for example? Is it so do you have a time bonding time with your husband or partner, or
yeah,
what do you do with your children? Uh, what what do you do for your self-care? Or some of the clients and not even think about self-care because
yeah, they don't.
those age group usually, have a lot of responsibilities,
Yeah,
job and mom, and so they don't even in a picture.
yeah.
So sometimes I just bring it to the table. So what did you used to enjoy?
Yeah. So Ikigai is just, could you explain to our audience what Ikigai means?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Ikigai is the word comes from Japan, so my country. I'm Japanese, and very simple. Breaking down of the word is iki to live, and gai is a worthwhile.
Okay.
So you wanted to live the life worthwhile for you. So feeling of joy, sense of being, and find the meaning in your life. Live purposely, live fully. Lately in my head, the Ikigai is to feel alive.
Yeah.
So it's not about result.
Mm.
So whether the result didn't go a favorable way, yeah, I still feel alive. Okay, I get through this.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
alive
right.
now.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. Yeah, it is true. So, the menopause transition is about much more than a physical transition, isn't it? It's really it's a lifestyle transition. It's lifestyle. What is another way of it's a heart transition. It's about
Oh yeah, I love
living in
that.
alignment with who we truly are, isn't it?
Yeah,
Mm,
I love that what you said. And now I had a moment when you were talking about the transition. I think Ikigai concept can really help us in a perimenopause and menopause phase because remember we talk about up and down. It's this the unstable state. It just sometimes so happy, sometimes oh my gosh, life is too
yeah,
hard.
yeah,
Because of that, we are able to feel alive each moment.
yeah.
And because of unstable, we need to get the clarification from what we are doing, how we are living. It's the best time.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is. It is because, as we move further into it, I mean, perimenopause, we've probably still got kids at home and that kind of thing. But as we move into menopause, and this isn't the case for all women, because some women go into menopause in their early 40s. I've even heard of women in their late 30s. So it's not the case for everyone. But generally speaking, our responsibilities are meant to lessen once we reach postmenopause, aren't they? But so many of us haven't made that mental transition of this is the time when I move into my feminine. I'm no longer in my fire energy, and this is a time for me to move more into my feminine and live true to myself and be more than do.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that. Be more than that's a good one. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's beautiful. I love that.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And I think the transition is as much about that as the physical components. And maybe the physical, that what's happening here with the symptoms is actually our body's way of saying, hey, it's time to slow down now.
yeah,
Have you
absolutely.
heard me? Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. I sometimes talk to myself that way or talk to clients or other people that body doesn't lie. And even though some people say that, oh, I'm fine, I'm not stressed. Okay, well, you are very capable mentally, but
yeah.
obviously your body is telling you something.
Yeah.
Time to listen to your body voice.
Yeah, that's right. The body speaks very loudly and it won't stop. It will speak louder and louder and louder until we listen.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm, yeah. This has been a really insightful and fun for us too, conversation. It's been a bit like our coffee chats.
Yeah, I enjoy that very much. And
Yeah.
just one thing that in Japanese we call menopause konenki, and ko means age, but
Yeah.
also to change, refresh, replace. So I thought the name means is the time, and the ki means period. So it's konenki, the menopause phase, is really like exactly what you said, this transition.
Transition.
It's a great opportunity
Mm,
for us to transition in a positive
yeah.
way that we want to live. And I really think we are in a good state. I believe in it is probably the best stage of my life, despite the challenge, physical challenge, because I know that I can change for a more positive way to move forward for when I get a postmenopause.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Same for me. It's been sometimes the most challenging time in my life in the fact that I've had to learn to let go of a lot And that's not always been easy to do.
Mm,
And accept things and that I can't change. And that hasn't always been easy to do.
mm,
But when we learn to do that, and I believe that postmenopause and perimenopause leading up to this is a time for us to learn how to do this.
mm, mm.
It helps us come back to our true selves.
That's beautiful. I love that too, actually. Yeah, I think so too. I 100% agree with you on that. Yes. And I think really talking based on that, I just come into my head that modern society doesn't actually help us to do that in a way, easy fix like this for HRT. So we can get on the live, we can maintain intimate relationship with the partner or whatever, because we need the HRT for, but like you said before, the body doesn't lie. Body give us a message. It's a transition time. It's great for us to listen instead of just going for jump for quick fix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree completely. And we need to start moving away from that idea that things can be fixed quickly, because any illnesses, anything that builds in the body is built over a long period of time of misuse. So it's kind of we need to get moved further away from that quick fix. And menopause is a really good place to start.
It
Yeah.
is. It is. And it is
Mm,
a challenge area.
mm,
It is
mm,
not like something, whoa, what else?
mm.
It's even just meditation or supplement or food may not necessarily shift dramatically straight away. The natural medicine, as you know, learning student of nutrition, holistic natural medicine takes longer.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
that's
it
another
does.
reason why, yeah, people jump onto Western medicine because it's quick fix.
Thanks. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Mayumi, you have a retreat coming up soon, don't you? Would you like to share a little bit about that?
Yes, so in end of June, we call it Ikigai Nourishing Retreat. So starting of 26th to the 29th of June for 4 nights in the beautiful Tableland at the Lake Eacham. So with the same co-facilitator, the yoga teachers, and they have another great skill, as you know, Yoko and Tomoko join up me, and a small number of female will spend time together to do some contemplation of Ikigai, because it's one of the big concepts is Ikigai in this retreat. And I'm going to share some tea ceremony as a Japanese tea ceremony practitioner. Tomoko is going to share the traditional Japanese cooking, the vegan cooking. Ryoko actually navigate us through the Ikigai concept. Um, yeah, I'm looking forward to this event and the retreat, and especially the contemplation and connect, and then sharing the others how they perceive their life and what's their stories, and connect each other. And then I think it's good to not to squeeze too much activities.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Retreats, it needs to be about that retreating and not doing in
Yeah,
a place of being. Yeah.
yeah. So it's like a
Mm,
slow pace and
mm.
really tune into, and then probably if we put into the sort of space and energy, usually someone, unwanted, the emotions or the putting on the side will come up, and oh my gosh, I had to deal with this now.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah,
and you're in the perfect space to deal with it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So see what happens to me as well. But I'm looking forward to connecting with the wonderful humans.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic. And
Mm.
I'll put that link into the description notes for your retreat so
Oh, thank you so
people watching
much.
can look at it. Naomi, thank you so much. This has been amazing. This has been amazing.
Yeah,
Fantastic
likewise.
discussion.
Yeah, I enjoy that chat. Very interesting. Yes.
Mm. And thank you everyone for joining us. I know that you will have gained some amazing insights that are going to help you in your menopause journey. And I encourage you to check out the link in the description notes. Keep tuning in for our next video. Remember that if you've enjoyed this content and you have found it helpful, to please like the video, share the video, subscribe to this channel, and click the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on the next video coming out. Lots of love to you, and I'll look forward to connecting with you next time. Bye-bye.